What's up? So, if you are watching this video, this is literally just going to be a complete honest review of how I made money online. There's going to be no fancy edits, no bullshit either. This is exactly how I did it and how you can go and replicate that as well. So, starting off, a little introduction about myself. My name's Jack. I'm a 25-year-old bricklayer from a little town in Devon, and I decided a year ago that I had to make a change. I'm probably exactly like you are right now. I don't really mind my job, but it's not what I want forever. And I was one of those people who always thought that, I'm meant for a little bit more here. Like, surely all these thoughts in my head about trying to make an online income and seeing all these other people making so much money led me to think I need to make this happen. So, in this, I'm literally just going to go over the exact steps that I took. So, starting off, I got into selling digital products online. And this is exactly what a digital product is. A digital product is any item or resource that exists in the digital format. It can be sold or distributed online. So it's not a physical product. Like with Amazon, you actually receive a physical product. When it comes to digital products, they are things like online services that businesses can use, or coaching or mentorships that actually help someone out and gives information in order to excel to that next level. So, examples of digital products: ebooks, templates, online courses, planners, music or art or photos, they're all downloadable, songs as well. They are all digital products because you can literally send a link, create it once, and sell it infinite amount of times. So, the first step in what I did, I had to realize that I needed to pick a niche. And what a niche is a specific topic and audience or a problem that your business focuses on. So in my case, I'm from a construction background. So I focused on people who are in construction, who hate the way that they are living at the moment, they hate their job. And I wanted to be the example that you could actually go and get out of that as well. So why is finding your niche important? Clarity. It helps you focus on your efforts and avoid being too broad. Stranger connections. You'll attract people who resonate with your actual story without your message as well. And it's easier to market. Think about it this way: if you had knowledge in fitness and then you decided to go into art as a niche, you'd be a lot more confident in fitness because you already have that background knowledge in it. And that's exactly what you do need to do when finding your niche. Identify your specific target audience as well. Narrow down who you actually want to help, because not everyone in this world is going to want help from you. Okay. It's like me saying, I want to get into fitness, but I'm going to help someone who's really into science or biology. Like, they're not going to buy from me because I'm not targeting them. They do not want something from me. It is as simple as that. So then, after another step actually in finding, your perfect niche, is find a problem that you can actually solve. Think about what your audience struggles with. So in my case, tradespeople, they may struggle with actually balancing work schedules, or organizing clients projects, or even just not being in a job that they like. That is enough pain to actually provoke someone to try and make a change. And it was for me. Like, I didn't mind my job, but it's not something I want to do forever, and change was ultimately needed. So once you've found your niche, you then need to actually sit down with yourself, look at the people that you are wanting to target, and then you actually need to create some content around that in order to sell to these people, to reach these people, for them to actually start asking you questions and get them involved and create leads for your product or service that you're going to sell. So the main platform that I sold on and I still use now is Standstore. And it's a simple setup thing. There's a link right there as well, which if you ask, I'm more than happy to send to you so you can actually get set up. But Standstore is just easy. You literally create your product project once and then sell it infinite amount of times. You get one link, and all you're doing with selling digital products is you are simply copying and pasting a link and sending it to someone, and then they have that for life for a one-time price. It is quite literally that simple. So Standstore 100%. You do have to, that you will take a little cut with the conversion rate with it coming over to your bank account. But again, it is a solid platform to actually sell your digital products on. And just a reminder, you can create as many as you want, but the key is to create ones that have actual valuable information that can help someone get from point A to point B. Do not, and I mean this when I say this, do not just create some crap and expect the money, because people will not buy from you. It is as simple as that, right? So moving on. Once I figured out my niche, once I figured out what I wanted to create as a product to sell to people, I then had to market it, because without eyeballs on you and on your product, you will never make money. Okay. So what you want to do is actually understand your audience. If you can't sell to everyone, focus on the specific group with a problem that you can actually solve. So again, thinking back to your product that you've made, your digital product, what problems are you actually solving for these people? Because if someone wants to lose weight, but you're telling them to gain muscle, then you're not actually solving their problem. You're simply just, throwing a load of random information out there. So when it comes to actually marketing your digital product, and this goes back again to your niche, you need to realize that when you're creating content, you need to be targeting these people specifically. Okay, again, when you've got that knowledge already, or say you're in your job like I am with construction, I know the struggles. I know what it's like to be in construction, and I know how hard it is to, feel like you're actually earning enough to live. Things like that. You need to not play on people's pain, but relate to them as well. Because if you already know that struggle and you've been through that struggle, put a post up about it. Because I guarantee you now, some of the thoughts that you've had in your head will 100% resonate with other people in that industry as well. And as you can see here, this is all I did, was just use what I knew in my head about construction to actually reach out to a large audience in that field. Like, this is a simple video idea that got me 47k views, which is simple. Is maturing is realizing that breaking your back to build someone else's dream house isn't worth it. That one piece of content there divides opinion, but it also relates to people as well, in order to actually reach that wide net of people. So when you're creating, think these things through. After that, your platform layouts as well. This is exactly what I had to do when I started out. They need to be clear, okay? And when choosing the right platform, for hosting, digital products, and for your social media as well. Obviously, I said before, Standstore is probably the main one that you actually need to use. But when it comes to your social media, the best two to use and that work for me are quite simply TikTok and Instagram. But you need to be very, very clear on what it is exactly you are doing in your profile and how you make your Instagram and your TikTok look. For videos, the one thing that you want to do when you are creating content and you have one that talks about you, it explains exactly what it is that you do, why you've done it. It's kind of like a story of you. That is what you want to have at the top of your profile. You want to pin it to the top of your profile, because that is the first video that everyone is going to see when they come and actually have a look at it. So when it comes to creating your platform layouts for your Instagram, for your TikTok, like exactly what I've done is I literally put in there that I'm a bricklayer trying to make money online, and I'm trying to help as many people as possible do the exact same thing. And then all you have to do, like I've done, is DM me the words, whatever it is, say sales, for example, to then get some help as well. And once they DM you that word, that's a whole nother ball game we'll go into in a little bit as well. But having a clear platform is a game changer, because if people don't know what you're doing, they're not going to resonate with you. They're not going to actually know why you're on the platform at all. So making sure it's clear, it's precise, and people actually know what the fuck you're actually doing at the end of the day. So you've created your digital product, okay? Like, you've put all this information into one bundle. And again, this could be, like a simple ebook like this is, or you could create, an actual video modules explaining things to people as well. You need to start marketing your product now. So marketing is about visibility and building trust, building your brand. Share your story, your values, and a mission. People don't just buy products, they buy from people that they trust. Okay. Trust is the biggest thing when it comes to actually converting a sale. If someone doesn't trust you and they don't resonate with you, they are never going to buy from you. Think about it with yourself. Think about these big brands as well. Like, say, I don't know, McDonald's, for instance. Like, if you knew for a fact that their food was, unhygienic, and you didn't trust that their food was good, would you go and buy from them? Probably not. It's the exact same thing with this. So my strategy, I use Instagram and TikTok to share my day to day as a bricklayer and how I started my digital side hustle. This built relatability and trust with my audience. So, me just simply showing people what I did day in, day out literally built up trust because they're probably going through the exact same thing as well. Taking people through a story of my journey allowed them to actually follow along and relate to what I was going through. So for you right now, if you're starting out on this journey of making money online, document it. Every little thing that you do each day, just take people through that. Say you learned a new skill today, take them through it, explain it to them. Say you learned another skill the next day, you get the point. Okay, walk these people through the exact steps that you're taking, and as long as you've got a journey, people will follow that. It was very surreal to me when I first started out because I didn't think anyone really would care. But funnily enough, a lot of people love a journey, they love a story, and this is how you're going to build that trust and that relatability with people. And that's when as well they start actually asking you questions. People will reach out, and you will find along this journey that people who you have no idea who they are, that you've never met them, will be your biggest supporters. Okay. So the other thing with your content as well is storytelling, right? So creating a story out of the idea that you have for your content grabs people more. They want to find out what happens at the end. Okay. Add a strong hook to your video. So a hook is within the first 3 seconds of your video, you have to say something that is going to grab them and stop them from scrolling. Because as we know, on TikTok, on Instagram, and in day-to-day life now, people's attention spans are getting smaller and smaller. So it's your job to actually grab these people and stop them from scrolling and doing whatever it is they're doing right now. So a strong hook matters. And along with that, your storytelling. So yeah, adding a strong hook at the very start of your video grabs people's attention right away, ensuring they stop scrolling and watch your video. I linked a video down here, and basically in this video, you may have seen it on my TikTok because I know it is pinned up there, but I simply walked them through a story. This was like a perfect storytelling video that I made where I just simply explained my story. I sat down and I just said, look, I'm a bricklayer from Devon. This is the exact steps that I took to start making money online. And this was around a 2 minute video. And people, obviously, as you can tell by the views, I had over, hundreds of comments, thousands of comments even, of people wanting to know more. So storytelling, learning that is inevitable for gaining attention, gaining views, and gaining people who are actually going to reach out and talk to you as well. So along with social media, another masterclass here as well I created. Social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram are powerful tools with selling digital products. They allow you to actually connect with your audience and showcase your products. Okay. And here's a little, top tip for actually growing your social media. When I started my TikTok account, it was completely new. It was fresh. Now growing it, I see it says around 4K here, but I'm up to now 6, 7K as well. But post 2 to 3 times a day. When I started out, I was posting at least twice a day and trying to get these ideas going that would get people engaged. So the more people see of you, the more they will actually start to visit your content later on as well and start to follow you as well. Use trending sounds to your advantage. So on TikTok and on Instagram as well, there are sounds that you see with every reel. Make sure you do research on them because they can help boost your video and actually get you out there a bit better as well. So using storytelling in your content, as we've already spoken about, speak about current events and your opinion on that. People love to sit there, listen to someone's opinion, and then give their own. If you could go on about something that's going on right now and someone doesn't agree with it, that is getting eyeballs on your page, because it's going to bring a lot more people in as well. So, for example, I made a video a while ago about the fact that I feel like if you are someone who is wanting to start a family, you need to be financially responsible of yourself before actually doing that. That opinion right there divided attention, and it targeted a whole wide net of people that then came in, gave their opinion, saw what I'm doing, and started to follow me as well. So current events are great as well. It relates to a lot of people. And then using hashtags and match your words to what you say in the video. This one is fucking key. Okay, so let's say, for example, I made a video about what exactly digital marketing is and was. All I'd have to do in the hashtag side of things is hashtag digital marketing. And then let's say somewhere in that video I spoke about sales, I would hashtag sales. So you're using the words that you speak about in that video, so then the algorithm actually picks up exactly what it is your video is about, and then pushes that out to all these different people who are looking at exactly what you are making. Okay, so they are a powerful tool. People sleep on hashtags, but I personally use them and they work as well. So so when it comes to your Instagram, you need to focus on reels, okay? Do not worry as much about posting, but if you are someone who has an Instagram account now and just wants to carry on with the actual account they've got, I recommend you delete every single photo of you having a drink or getting smashed or pissed or anything like that, because this is where people are going to come and actually speak to you. You don't want a load of really good reels and then they scroll down a little bit and there's a photo of you sat on the floor with a beer in your hand. They're just not going to trust you. So when it comes to your reels as well, you need to actually be thinking a little bit different to where you do on TikTok. Okay. So the way that I did this was any content that I put on TikTok, I would then save it and then tweak it a little bit to fit Instagram, because Instagram is where people actually look for more information than they do on TikTok. And that's just the honest truth. So it may work on TikTok and Instagram sometimes, but Instagram is a more, what's the word? People look for more information. They're a little bit more serious when it comes to Instagram. So making your content more appealing and more engaging with the consumer is exactly what you want when it comes to Instagram. So again, using the hashtag strategy that we spoke about, use trending music, especially on Instagram, because that actually really does push your videos out as well. So using stories as well on your Instagram. This is a very powerful tool. Okay, I have managed to generate sales by just posting stories. Okay, because people follow along, like I said earlier about that journey. On your Instagram, you've got loyal followers on there, people who have been following you for a while and they constantly look at your stories. So, you need to actually create these, as well as that, like highlights as well. People will look through those as soon as they go to your profile. So this is my journey so far. DM me to get started. If you could asking questions on Instagram, when you put a story up, you'll see all these little things you could put on there. Ask questions to your audience right now. If you could replace your income and work fully remote, would you? Get an idea of where these followers are at, and if these are people that are actually in the position to make that change. And all you're doing is asking a simple question. Once you've done that, reach out to these people and just ask them, look, why do you want to make this change? It's as simple as that. But making sure as well, posting on your stories all the time. People want to see what you're doing, how you're leveling up, and how you're actually learning as well, and what they can get from that. So make sure posting your stories is number one as well. So again, with Instagram, like posting consistently, but follow other Instagram accounts that are in the exact same niche or doing exactly what it is that you want to do as well, because you can grasp ideas from these people. I'm not telling you to go and copy the exact same video that they have just made. Find a video that works and then put your own twist on that. Do not copy it word for word, because that's how people get annoyed, they get pissed off with it. And in the end, people are just going to realize that you're just copying everyone else's content. It's your personal brand. You need to make it about you as well. Okay. That's a quick, simple one for you. But then moving on, you are going to get on your videos when you are talking about, with what I do with selling these digital products, you need a call to action, okay, a CTA. This is usually at the end of your video as well. So when you've spoken about, like that video I spoke about earlier where I was talking about my journey online, and if people wanted to do the same, I needed a call to action at the end of that as well. So what I would say to people is comment the words, say sales, down below in the comments, which then again boosts that video up, and you're generating leads from that because you're seeing who is interested in your product, in your service, or whatever it is that you are trying to sell. So a simple one, like I just said, if you're interested in what I have to speak about and you want to learn more, comment down below saying free or something like that. A big thing with CTAs as well is to offer people free value. Give them exactly what it is that they need in order to make a start. Like, give them something valuable, because if you keep it all to yourself all the time, who's going to trust you? Like, who is actually going to trust you, and who is actually going to buy from you eventually? By you giving away free value and actually teaching someone something, that trust level goes from fucking zero all the way up to the top. So always bear that in mind, okay? TikTok. This is a list of hooks that I've used in the past that have worked for me. So you've been doing this wrong your whole life, and here's the right way. If your target audience, whoever it is that you're actually speaking to, you need to hear this. So let's say if you're in construction, you need to hear about this right now. That is a very powerful hook. It targets someone specifically, and it makes them want to stop and listen to what you're talking about. So if you want to take a screenshot of any of these here and zoom in, feel free, use them, because they are very good hooks to use to actually get people to stop talking, stop scrolling, sorry, and actually look at the video that you are making. Again, TikTok, again, I know this is mainly about, creating content, but this is the exact route that I went, and this is what has worked for me. And you can go and look on my TikTok, you can have a look on my Instagram. I'm more than happy for you to replicate what I have done with my videos. Just make them your own. Simple as that. There's free ideas all out there for you. Go and take a look. But in this one, it's like creating short, relatable videos. We've already kind of spoken on that. Your mindset. This one is a very, very big one. Okay, because when I started out personally, I was like, okay, like I'm trying to make this money. I want it to come now. Like I need it now. I need it yesterday, as such. But you've watched this video all the way through. I'm hoping if you've got to this point, then good on you, because you've just listened to me yap for like 20 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know how long it's been, but when with your mindset, like I didn't start earning money online until I was 2 months in, and my first ever paycheck from making money online was 20 quid. Okay, I could have easily just given up on that and just said, "Oh, you know what? All this doesn't work. Like I've just wasted a load of money invested in myself." But the fact that I carried on, and the fact that I knew that if I carry on, I'm actually going to get somewhere with this, is what has led me to actually make more money online than in a month than I did at my normal job as well. So the biggest thing is mindset. It's a very weird feeling when you start this journey and you've actually invested in yourself, you've put money into this to learn these skills. This is where you just cannot stop. It's such a weird thing to talk about and explain to you, but you do not want to stop, because you know there's always a chance that you can level up a bit more and make a bit more money. So when it comes to your mindset, simply just believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in something that you are selling, do not sell it. Okay. If you believe it's not actually going to help someone, don't create it. Okay. And when it comes to the money side of things, if you getting your return on investment or making more than that, it is going to take time. I struggled with this so much that I was like, oh, I'm never going to make it. I'm never going to exceed past this £20 that I've just made. But in all honesty, if I'd given up at 20 quid, I never would have gotten to this point now. Right? So it's going to take time. Do not expect, you see all this shit on Instagram and TikTok of people telling you that, they've done it for a month and they've made like 70 grand. It's bullshit. Okay. It takes months because you are learning a brand new skill. You've never, like me, I literally didn't know anything about sales at all when I first started, right? I'd never done sales in my life, but I gave myself that time to sit down and actually learn exactly what I needed to do in order to make the money. And if that took me 2 months, if that took me 3, 4, 5 months, so what? I was learning something new. I need the time to actually get that into my head and practice that as well. So when it comes to this online money making game, you will have days where you feel like it's not going to work or it's not working, but you still need to get back on that horse. You still need to jump back on and carry on because you never know. One day, someone could really need that product that you actually want, that you have actually made, sorry, and then you've made your first amount of money. Okay. But yeah, a big thing with this is your mindset as well. And actually just accepting the process, right? Accept the fact that you are brand new to this and you need to learn the fundamentals in order. So, a little pro tip, like in my opinion, with what I've done with selling digital products, is learn sales, learn how to create a personal brand like what I have done, and learn how to market your products and your services as well. Okay, this can all be done by what I've just shown you right now in my story and how I actually made that money. And I don't know if you want more from this video, but I'm just being myself. I'm being completely honest about how I've made this money. This is the exact steps that I took. Okay, there is no bullshit around this. There's no like hidden things that I'm gatekeeping from you. I simply learned the fundamentals. I gained a mentor as well, which is something I should have probably mentioned earlier, but I gained someone who already has knowledge in this space because I didn't know anything. I needed someone to actually walk me through it. And to be quite honest with you, I was scared. Like, I was scared that it was never going to work. So I needed someone who knew exactly what it is they were doing and could teach me. And a little tip as well, like just before I end this, okay, you've probably seen all these people online making all this money, right? Okay. And you think to yourself when you message them and you reach out and they always tell you that there's an investment involved, okay? I'm sorry to say this, but if you are not willing to invest in yourself, you will never get to the point of making good amounts of money. Like I mentioned with the mentor, I personally invested over 6 grand into when I started out. I'm not saying you have to do that, but it's just a story that I went down. But if you're not willing to invest in your education to learn a new skill, especially a high income skill like this, like sales as well, then I'm sorry to say it, man, but YouTube is not going to do it for you forever. Okay. You need someone who knows exactly what they're on about. And by all means, this is not me telling you to just ask me to help you. I'm trying to give you the most honest piece of advice that I can. Okay. It's scary at first. I shit myself when I had to actually invest in myself for the first time. Because number one, you're not sure if it's going to work. Number two, it's usually a lot of money of your own hard earned money that is going into this, and you want to make sure you're earning that back. But the biggest lesson that I learned was once I invested, that put my back up against the wall. I was like, okay, I've invested in myself now. I have to make it work. I have to. I don't have any other choice. Otherwise, I've just lost a load of money. Okay. So the biggest tip I will give is invest in your education. I know it sounds so cliche and you probably hear it all the time and you think it's a scam, but coming from someone who has done it and was absolutely the biggest skeptic in the world of making money online before I started, finding the right person, finding the people who you trust in yourself and you can actually jump on a call with and speak to before making that investment is the best route to go. It's like when you learn to drive, you have to pay the driving instructor to teach you. It's the exact same thing with making money online. You need someone who has the expertise to teach you these skills. So if you've made it through this video and you have any more questions for me, please just message me on Instagram, j_Morelli, and I'm more than happy to answer them for you. And if you've made it this far of me rambling, then congratulations, man, because I do love a yap. But I really hope this helped. And like I said, any questions, make sure to DM me. But use this video, go back through it, take the actionable steps that I took. And just to sum it up, number one, find your niche. Number two, create a product in that niche. Number three is market that product, create a personal brand, show people exactly what it is that you are doing. Number four, learn sales. Please learn sales because you are going to need it in order to actually make money. Number five is your mindset. And number six, do not be afraid to invest in yourself, but make sure it is with someone that you actually trust and you can actually talk to before jumping into it. Okay? Like I say, I appreciate you watching this. I hope this has helped you and given you a bit of a better understanding on what I do with selling digital products. So appreciate your time. Let me know if you need anything. Cheers, man.